Hi everyone, welcome back to Disc Golf Valley Tips and Tricks, and today we're going to do our 3-star run on Ikigai Enso, one of the more challenging holes to get your 3 stars on. I should say maybe the most challenging. If you have tried to do it yourself, you know what I mean. You have to get a minus 14 in order to get your 3rd star. You can see I've been working at it myself. But the other day I was on a long flight and managed to get my 3rd star. So we're going to show you that, and it'll kind of be a play-by-play commentary of the recording that I did on the plane. But you'll be able to see how I got mine, and maybe it'll inspire you to go after yours as well. And if you want more tips on how to get the 3 stars yourself, get those eagles, check out our video that we released the other day on Ikigai Enso, showing you how to get those eagles. But for today, we'll just kind of comment as we go here. We're using the Zeus. Maybe just take a look at our bag here. We'll use our Zeus for most of the holes as our distance driver. I think there's a couple we use the Destiny on. And then for our throw-in, we usually use the Fuse. And there's a couple places maybe we use also the Grace and Sapphire. But for the most part, we are looking at the Zeus to get us down towards the basket on this run. And here we go on our first hole. That Zeus brings us really nicely down towards the basket for a good tap in for our first eagle, and we are on our way. This is a little more challenging to get your eagle on this one, but I recommend, if you're serious about getting your 3 stars, to at least get 2 out of the first 3 holes for your eagle. And if you don't have 2 out of 3, then I would say maybe restart. I'm kind of going around some bamboo here. But yeah. For another eagle. All right, hole number 3, and in this wind condition, there's a good chance you can get an eagle on this as well with your distance big skip driver, putting it on a backhand and getting just the right anhyzer on that. And you'll want to experiment with this if you're going to try for it, because if you get it just a little bit off, you can see how much time I'm taking. A little bit nervous about this, because if you don't get it just right, you're off into the ocean, or you get stuck behind this stand of bamboo. But if you get it right, you just skip off this bank here and over and across to make it easy to come back for your eagle. And that's what it's all about when you're going for your 3-star run. Hole number 4, probably the most challenging hole to get your eagle on. It's not impossible, but I usually just try and play this one safe and be happy with my birdie. And oh yeah, hit a tree, set me way back, much further than usual, so there's no going for the basket on this, and I'll just be thankful if I don't go off over the cliff here. But with my PD, we should be fairly safe. It's a roll disc, I think, and it just sticks the landing, so we should be good. Yeah. Although, didn't have much room to play there. Anything else probably would have gone off into the ocean. But thankfully, it stuck the landing, and we're in for a birdie. Our first birdie of the 3-star run. Remember, you have to get 5 eagles in order to get the 3 stars on this one. This hole, get a good distance driver working for you here, and swing over to the left side bank. And ooh, this this left us way up the hill, but thankfully it rolls back down and brings us a little closer to the basket. I was a little bit nervous of running this one, because if you miss the basket, you're in the water, and is not what you want when you're going for your 3 stars, but thankfully it made it in for another nice eagle. So that gives us 4 towards our goal of 5. And this one here, kind of a nasty wind we're working with here. I find the grace works good in this wind here. And have to bring it down quite a bit or you run into some branches. And just bounce off this stone fence here. Now this leaves us just a little bit further away than I would normally like, especially with this wind condition. And again, I'm just a little bit nervous about running this, because if you do miss the basket on this one and you do drop into the ocean, the drop zone on this hole is nasty and messes up your goal of getting the 3 stars pretty quickly. But I go for it and I get it. So I now have my 5 eagles that's required. I can kind of coast the rest of the way and just be happy with birdies. And that's good, because these last 3 holes are a little difficult to get your eagles on. Especially this one, going through this stand, or this forest, shall we say this forest of trees here. But we get a nice landing here. We can see the basket pretty nicely. Should be able to get this one. But I always find it a little challenging to figure out this change of elevation, and in the end I miss it. But thankfully all we need is a birdie on this one to keep going. And hole number 8. Need to sneak around these trees here and get past that cherry tree, hopefully. It's looking good, except I think it hits the stone, sets me back. A little bit too far to try for a run here, and especially since I'm on hole 8 of a 3-star run, I decide just to lay up on this one. Take it, play it safe. Go. One more hole. And in this wind condition, I decide to go for it and try and best my score, get one more point than what I really need. And so I get out the big skip distance driver and do what I need to do to skip down this hill towards the basket. And that brought me down nicely. This should be fairly easy to get your eagle on this, you would think, right? I guess I'm just a little nervous and end up hitting the bottom rim. Thankfully, it didn't go into the brook. That Karen saved me, I guess. And but all I really needed was the birdie to get my, and also the 5,000 coins. That's the extra bonus when you get the 3 stars here. And I can use those 5,000 coins to put toward a new slot for my bag, which is what I'm going to do. And let's see, what is our disc reward for getting the 3 stars? I already got the first 2, but the third one is this, extra glide roll rive. This is actually one of my favorite discs in the game. I have it on other accounts. I don't have it on this account yet, so this is the first time getting the rive for this account. So I'm going to put that, I'm just going to pop that right in the bag. That's one of my favorite discs. All right, well, I believe that does it for our 3-star video on Ikigai Enso. And hope you were able to pick up a few tips. If you want some more tips on how to get those eagles, be sure and check out our video on when we do the walkthrough of this course. And This will probably be our last video in this Jumpstart series, but we'll do some more. Just probably won't be using the same discs in our bag that we've been using for this Jumpstart series. We'll kind of open it up to experiment with other discs in the videos going forward. So if you've enjoyed this series, please give us a like, and if you haven't already done so, we invite you to subscribe, and we'll see you next time here at Disc Golf Valley Tips and Tricks. So long for today.